New this morning, Denver City Council has just signed off on a big change for both businesses and visitors across part of the city.
Also new this morning, the housing market might be getting a little more crowded in the Centennial State. The new trend some moving companies have noticed in our neck of the woods.
And a heads up from our weather impact team, we're about to enter another red flag warning with windy, dry, and dangerous fire conditions for parts of our area.
But in the mountains, things are looking a little bit different. Overnight, we saw snow falling at Copper, Arapahoe Basin, and Keystone. This is a look at their cameras from very early this morning. We checked the same cameras, though, a few hours later, and it looks like things have calmed down quite a bit. Same story at a few other resorts within easy access of Denver. Winter Park and Breck also had some snow on the Stake. This is a live look over Eldora up in Netherlands. Ski resorts have been off to a pretty tough start to the season so far.
Katie LaSalle joins us now. When will be our next chance to see some of that snow, but in the metro area?
Yes, it looks like this week.
Okay.
So we have a couple of days, warm, windy, fire danger, as you mentioned. So we'll talk about that for today. But Thursday into Friday, Jordan, you'll
Fingers
like
crossed.
it.
Stock show weather.
Exactly.
Perfect timing.
As the parade gets going around noon on Thursday, that storm system will be making its way into the metro area. It all depends on the timing of just when we start to see that system roll into the front range, whether we see rain or snow accumulating. But we are bracing for some colder air as we get into the end of the week. This morning, it's relatively mild, upper 30s, but the winds, the main headline right now. Last recorded wind gust in Boulder at 55 miles per hour. Strong winds from the west, especially over the foothills and portions of Boulder County, west of Denver. That will create some critical fire danger. If a fire were to spark, it could spread rapidly. Relative humidity is low. A lot of dry vegetation out there. Red flag warning in effect until 5 o'clock this afternoon. Then things will calm down. We have a little break between systems, and snow is likely for a big portion of the state Thursday into Friday. But our wind gust forecast for today, up near Estes Park, for Boulder, even into Arvada, Golden, Conifer, Genesee, all expecting to see those very strong winds from the west, sustained around 15 to 25 miles per hour through the course of today. Now, not as windy in and around downtown Denver, but it will be breezy at times. Wind gusts around 15 to 20 miles per hour and a high of 59 degrees ahead. A lot of sunshine, relatively mild temperatures. You'll probably be able to shed a layer in the sunshine late this afternoon with highs in the upper 50s, Fort Collins and Greeley, upper 30s in the high country. So here comes our next weather system. It'll really be on Thursday morning. The mountains will start to see more winter driving conditions, especially over the western slope and for portions of I-70 into early Thursday morning. Now here in Denver, right around Thursday afternoon into Friday, good chance for seeing some accumulating snow. What that means is we have issued a potential weather impact, Brianna, for Friday morning. The commute could get a little dicey. We'll talk more about some totals we're expecting as well still to come.
Thank you so much. We do have a traffic impact alert if you're heading out the door right now. 6:02 is your time for this Tuesday morning. Come take a look at your screen, especially if you usually take 270 between York and Vasquez. So from I-25 heading into I-70, we do have a crash at the moment that's causing some major backups in that area. You can see how slow people are going. I do have your drive times. If we switch things over to our main maps, I can kind of show you where that crash is happening and where we're seeing those delays. So you probably don't want to hop onto 270 because right now we are seeing messy conditions because of that crash. It happened less than 15 minutes ago. We finally have crews there on scene because when I showed you this crash earlier, that was not the case. We were seeing that left lane partially blocked. So right now your overall drive along 270 is probably going to be about 30 minutes and we are slowing down to 14 miles per hour. Now, if you want to avoid 270 altogether, head down south to I-25 and then take I-70. That is going to be your best bet if you're trying to hop onto I-70. Once this crash clears up, we will keep you updated throughout the morning.
All right, thank you, Brianna. Okay, imagine stepping out of a bar and being able to walk down the street with your drink.
Adult bevy.
And
adult
yeah, an adult bevy, and you're not even in New Orleans. Instead, that scenario is actually one step closer to becoming reality here in Denver.
News reporter Lauren Scafidi is live near Mission Ballroom. And Lauren, this just got City Council's approval last night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure did, Corey. I also love that we're calling it an adult bevy. That is the official title for it. An adult drink. Amazing. I have Allie Fredine here this morning. Allie has been working on this project for years now. Allie, how excited were you to get that green light from City Council yesterday?
Thrilled. We were so happy to finally see it pass unanimously nonetheless.
So explain to me how it's all going to work now that you have City Council approval and what needs to happen next.
Sure thing. So really we're just waiting on the final stamp, if you will, from the city of Denver to make sure that they feel good about essentially launching everything, our final inspections in place, and that everyone feels good about just the final plans and inspections that we've passed. So really it's just waiting on the final green light to launch. And what that really will look like is the plaza behind us that most people are looking at right now. Folks will be able to go get a to-go drink from any of our participating bars and restaurants and bring it out into the shared space and enjoy, meet up with friends, family, and hang out and pre-game before a show or meet up on a weekend and hang out. And so we're really excited for everybody to experience this in a new way out here.
Oh, it is going to be hopping out here, that is for sure. And this has to be just so meaningful for you too, because you have been working on this for so long. Kind of explain the lead up to get to this point. It's been a while.
Years in the making. This is not an easy process. It's extremely cumbersome. This was actually the very first successful completed application for common consumption that the city has seen. We also had to establish a entertainment district in order for this to happen. And so that meant working with city council, having community support, not just from actual city leaders, but the community and neighbors, security, trash plans, transportation, insurance. So this is a beast, but we also had worked on this at Stanley Marketplace for the past 8 years, and so I have a proven track record out there of how to operate safely, but also know that it builds community and brings a lot of fun too.
Definitely. I posted about this on Instagram yesterday and people were so excited about it. So yes, Aurora has seen it. Now Denver gets to see it. And hopefully, Allie, this paves the way for other places in Denver to do the same exact thing. We're so excited and we've got a lot coming up this morning. Thank you so much for your time. We're still got a couple more live interviews to go. We're going to talk to some of the businesses back here who are taking part in this and how this is going to be such a big boost for them and how much fun it's going to be. So we'll bring that to you in the next couple of hours at Live on 9 News Mornings. Live in Denver, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
All right, Lauren. Thank you. 8 members of Denver City Council are ripping the decision makers at the city's Department of Transportation for changing a traffic plan on Alameda. We've reported on how the city is scaling back plans for a proposed road diet on a crash-prone stretch of Alameda. The plan originally called for reducing lanes, lowering the speed limit, and adding bike infrastructure. It was suddenly scrapped after the city met with Jill Anschutz, the daughter-in-law of billionaire Phil Anschutz. Jill Anschutz detailed her opposition to the project in emails obtained by 9 News. She lives nearby and she thinks that the original plan would create traffic congestion near her home. Now, 8 city councilors are asking Mayor Mike Johnston to stick with the original plan. In a letter sent last week, they say that the original project was supported by 5 years of research and public input.
All new this morning, you might be seeing a bit more competition in the Colorado housing market by at least a little bit. That's according to new data from do-it-yourself moving company U-Haul. Based on their numbers, the amount of people moving into Colorado in 2025 just barely eclipsed the number of people who left Colorado. This is significant because the year before, U-Haul's numbers showed more people moved out of the state than in. The states with the biggest growth were Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, and South Carolina. California came in dead last for the 6th year in a row, meaning it's the state that's seeing the most people moving out.
A man who was blocked on Facebook by the town of Kersey is suing. He says his First Amendment rights were violated. Jared Morgan has been following our reporting on the town issuing $340 photo radar tickets when their law capped fines at $40. He says that he saw a video posted by the town of Police Chief Jonathan Lang defending that camera. So he shared a comment on another one of the town's posts, encouraging people to click a link with news about the chief. His comment was deleted and he was blocked. He later hired a civil rights attorney who filed a federal lawsuit.
It's like a town square or a city council meeting where they say, hey, everyone can come up, they can speak for 3 minutes, they can say whatever they want, and we're going to have to sit here and listen. That's basically what a Facebook page is nowadays. It's just another avenue for the people who live in Colorado or in the town of Kersey to air their concerns.
Since he was blocked, Kersey told us that they've clarified an old social media policy, which once said that they could delete or hide comments deemed to be misleading, inappropriate, or crude. They say their moderation decisions have always been content neutral. We reached out to the town and the police chief for comment, but we have not yet heard back.
Venezuelan citizens living in Colorado could see their pending asylum cases impacted by the arrest of Venezuela's leader, Nicolas Maduro. Colorado saw a huge influx in Venezuelan people seeking asylum in 2023. Many filed claims based on fears of political violence and persecution under the Maduro regime. So far, there have been no official announcements on the status of those claims from the Trump administration. However, immigration attorney Hans Meyer says the administration could possibly argue that fears of Maduro are no longer valid grounds for an asylum claim.
I would imagine the administration is going to argue, because Maduro is no longer the president, that the circumstances in Venezuela have changed. Whether or not that's actually accurate is a different question.
Beyond asylum cases, some experts anticipate that the regime change could affect deportation policies. Previously, Venezuela and the U.S. struggled to negotiate agreements on accepting deportees, creating a situation where deportation orders existed but couldn't be physically executed.
And we're still keeping an eye on this traffic impact alert that I issued about 15 minutes ago. You could see along 270 and Vasquez. So between York and Vasquez right now, we have standstill traffic because of a crash that happened early this morning. Just around 5:45, I first mentioned it. We weren't even seeing crews there on scene. Now we do have a shaky camera, not the best camera, but you can kind of see those flashing lights happening right now and traffic not moving in this area. Those drive times keep going up. So I'm going to have more information on this crash. And of course, we are making calls for you just to see exactly if there's any injuries and of course how many vehicles were involved in this crash.